What's up, motherfuckers? Man, I was gonna talk about aliens. Let's talk about it. Let's see.
So believable here.
Look, the most persuasive thing for me is the simple fact that I was introduced to Mr. Grush by people who told me about him from within the legacy UAP crash retrieval program. I wrote a book about this subject a couple of years ago, and because of the contacts that I made in the course of researching that book, I became aware of the existence of the crash retrieval program, and I became aware of the existence of Mr. Grush, who was basically conducting his investigations for the UAP task force. I've known about him for some time, and many people have vouched for his credibility, and indeed I've heard nothing but good about him.
The number one thing that I've heard, Ross, my friends have been texting me for the last hour. First of all, they've been riveted by your interview. But most of my friends have texted me, look, I'm skeptical because I want to see proof. I'm going to remain skeptical until I can actually see some evidence of this.
I can assure you and your viewers, Mr. Grush wants you to see the proof that he has seen. The difficulty is that the crazy thing about AARO, which is the current investigative body that is supposedly charged with investigating the phenomenon, is that the Congress has mandated that the public get to know the truth. But the Pentagon has neutered the very body that it's trusted to do these investigations. It doesn't have the Title 50 classified information access that Mr. Grush had. Because of Mr. Grush's extraordinarily high security classification, he was allowed to see, hear, and read things and talk to people who Congress isn't even allowed to talk to, and who members of AARO, the Pentagon's supposed UFO investigation body, aren't allowed to talk to. And so he wants you all to see that evidence. And so that's the reason why he's gone to the Inspector General with his reprisal complaint, who referred him on to the Congress. And he's given evidence detailing all of that information to the extent that he can to those confidential committees in secret hearings, the Senate Intelligence Committee and the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence. And it's that information that he now wants brought out, hopefully in an open, transparent public hearing.
It's a good point.
What's
you
up,
make
Chrissy?
that AARO, the All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, they're the ones who are supposed to be investigating the UFOs. He claims they don't even have the information that they need. They don't even really know what's going on. But I've got to ask you, do you, I mean, you've been studying this stuff for a long time. Do you believe everything that he said? Because I kind of walked away from it thinking like some of it I found to be believable. Other parts I felt more skeptical of. Do you think everything he says is truth?
Look, it's ultimately impossible for you and me to test his claims. What he wants is for his claims to be tested. He wants us to be skeptical. The reason he's come forward is because he's frustrated that what's happening at the moment is the Pentagon, frankly, is engineering a cover-up. It's lying to the American public. I can say that because I'm an Australian. Throw me in jail if you like. But the simple fact is, your Pentagon, your Department of Defense is lying to you. And I know that because I've spoken to people in the program who tell me that what Mr. Grush is telling you is the truth. And the huge frustration that he and indeed some of his own colleagues who are still in AARO feel
What's
is
up,
that
woman?
you, the American public, deserve the truth. Now, the thing that I really respect and admire, I trained as a lawyer as a younger man, and I love and respect the American Constitution. You have transparency and accountability controls in your Congress that are absolutely magnificent. And people like Dave Grush, he's only one of an enormous number of people who've now come forward and indicated their willingness to give evidence to the Congress. They've given evidence in secret to those committees in the Congress.
Yeah.
The Congress already has this information.
Thank you for watching. Go to News Nation.
Man, you keep seeing more and more of this shit. Like on all the mainstream channels and everything. They're fixing to fucking tell us something or what are they trying to say? They trying to say we got aliens. I mean, come on. I'm not saying it's aliens, but it's fucking aliens. I mean, so I'm trying to, what is this guy make some crazy ass claims?
Whistleblower,
He makes some extraordinary claims. Yeah, exactly. That shit is going fucking worldwide quite a bit. They're showing this fucking footage. They're showing, all kinds of weird shit now. Look at this goddamn thing. Now that's not normal right there. Look at that thing fly like that. They're doing that shit a lot. So I was just, hey, let's have a conversation about it. Fuck it. It's something to talk about.
UFO wreckage recovered by the U.S., kept classified by a secret government program for decades. Tonight, a world television exclusive you will only see on News Nation. Welcome to Elizabeth Vargas Reports, earning your trust every night. UFOs exist. The U.S. government found quite a number of them, and they are indeed of non-human origin. Those are the explosive allegations from a former intelligence officer tonight in a whistleblower complaint that the Inspector General is taking very seriously. 36-year-old Air Force veteran David Grush is exposing what he calls a top-secret military program that has reportedly found wreckage of fully intact UFOs. The government now calls them UAPs, or unidentified anomalous phenomena. For years, there have been whispers and rumors that the government had aircraft of non-human origin. This report is the first evidence it might be true. The Inspector General has called Grush's complaint urgent and credible. Tonight, we have a world television exclusive interview with the whistleblower in which he claims we not only have the aircraft, but the government has been keeping much of its secret from Congress and from the public. News Nation senior national correspondent Brian Enton is here with the story, and this is a blockbuster.
It is a blockbuster. It's really hard to wrap your mind around this. I've been working on this for the past couple of weeks. I'm still having a hard time processing all of it. All over the last couple of years, it sort of became mainstream to discuss UFOs. The government has released videos. They've acknowledged that we don't know what some of this stuff is out there that we have on camera, but this really takes it all to another level. For the very first time, the world is about to hear from a former high-level U.S. intelligence officer who says the government has some of the unidentified craft.
See, like, that makes me fucking wonder because he's like, he's legit, right? But you keep seeing these motherfuckers talking about it. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know. And some of the shit this dude says is like fucking what the fuck? Like there was something in there that he said about I don't know. We'll watch some more of it. Fuck it.
In its possession, he is revealing these exclusive details about the secret government program.
We're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. Oh my gosh, dude. Wow.
We have all seen these blurry videos of unidentified flying objects. Video evidence, if you will, that old tales of UFOs may not all be conspiracy theories. In recent years, Congress starting an official U.S. government unidentified aerial phenomena task force, recently renamed the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, or AARO. And now in a News Nation exclusive, David Grush, an Air Force veteran, former member of that task force, and veteran of the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency, is formally blowing the whistle on secrets he says no one has ever shared publicly before.
You are one of the most trusted former intelligence officials in the US defense and intelligence establishment.
Yes, I was.
You were trusted with the most intimate secrets.
Yes.
Grush sitting down with award-winning investigative journalist Ross Coulthart, who's reporting for News Nation and has spent years reporting on the UFO question.
What conclusion did you come to at the end of your time on the UAP task force?
The UAP task force was refused access to a broad crash retrieval program.
When you say crash retrieval, what do you mean?
These are retrieving non-human origin technical vehicles, call it spacecraft if you will, non-human, exotic origin vehicles that have either landed or crashed.
We have spacecraft from another species.
We do, yeah.
Now he says we got spacecraft from another species. That's fucking weird. Okay. What are we doing with that shit? I mean,
How many?
whatever.
Quite a number.
You're kidding.
No. I thought it was totally nuts. And I thought at first I was being deceived. It was a ruse. People started confiding in me. They approached me. I have plenty of current and former senior intelligence officers that came to me, many of which I knew almost my whole career, that confided in me. They were a part of a program. They named the program. I've never heard of it. And they told me, based on their oral testimony, and they provided me documents and other proof, that there was, in fact, a program that the UAP task force was not read into.
Grush alleges the U.S. government has recovered non-human craft for decades. He's filed a whistleblower complaint saying he gave what he calls the classified proof to Congress and the Intelligence Community Inspector General. News Nation has confirmed David Grush's credentials and resume. We've not seen or verified the alleged proof he says he's provided to investigators. He says he can't show us the proof for national security reasons. He also tells us he's not seen photos of the alleged craft himself, but has talked extensively with other intelligence officials who have.
If you're right, if you're telling us the truth, everyone, the entire American public, has been lied to for decades.
Yeah, there's a sophisticated disinformation campaign targeting the U.S. populace, which is extremely unethical and immoral.
You are saying to the human race, for the first time, an official intelligence representative at a high level from the US government is saying publicly, we are not alone.
We're definitely not alone. Absolutely, the data points empirically that we're not alone, yeah.
Do we have bodies? Do we have species of
Well,
non-human?
naturally, when you recover something that's either landed or crashed, sometimes you encounter dead pilots. And
That's fucked up. We got their dead people hanging out. What's up, Susan? What you up to? We got their dead people hanging out. So that's one thing.
believe it or not, as fantastical as that sounds, it's true.
It's also harder for people to wrap their minds around the concept of a crashed object from somewhere else. It's easier to accept that, yeah, we see things in the sky that we can't explain.
Journalist Leslie Kean broke Grush's whistleblower story this morning in the debrief. Ms. Kean's career has been mainstream and credible, having written a series of reports on UFOs in the New York Times dating back to 2017. He has the credentials, but there's no documents that he's handed over. There's no pictures. And as a journalist, you want to see documents, you want to see pictures. Does that raise a red flag?
Not at all, Brian. I mean, you mean documents that actually describe the craft?
Correct. Yeah, like government documents, or to be able to see it for ourselves.
Of course. Don't we all want that? And the problem with that is all of that information is classified. You know, as we said in the story, everything that Grush told Congress and told the Inspector General of both the IC, the Intelligence Community Inspector General, and the Department of Defense Inspector General, all of that information is classified.
In 2017, Kean reported exclusively in the New York Times that the Pentagon had a secret UFO program. 3 years later, the Pentagon confirmed her story. Her latest report is even more explosive, but Kean says she has multiple sources who back up Grush's story.
I believe.
So that's fucking crazy. Like the part where he fucking freaks me out is, I think, at the last. That freaks me the fuck out. I'm like, the fuck is going on?
Even because of all the sources I have who have told me the same thing. So who am I to doubt these very, very high-level people who have been inside these programs for decades, have done their work, and are all telling me the same thing? I mean, I don't think there's some kind of conspiracy among all these people who don't know each other to make something like this up.
So I've got to be blunt about this.
Yeah.
You're not making this up. This is not a lie.
No, absolutely not.
Because everybody watching this right now is looking at your face. They're going, is this guy for real?
I am for real. And I'm sitting here at great personal risk and obvious professional risk by talking to you today.
And just within the last 10 minutes or so, the Pentagon has released a statement to News Nation about this report. They say to date, AARO has not discovered any verifiable information to substantiate claims that any programs regarding the possession or reverse engineering of extraterrestrial materials have existed in the past or exist currently. AARO is committed to following the data and its investigation wherever it leads. AARO, working with the Office of the General Counsel and the Air Force Office of Special Investigations, has established a safe and secure process for individuals to come forward with information to aid AARO in its congressionally mandated historical review. AARO's historical review of records and testimonies is ongoing and due to Congress by June 2024, and AARO welcomes the opportunity to speak with any former or current employee or contractor who believes they have information relevant to this historical review. And Elizabeth, we know that David Grush, he's filed that whistleblower complaint. He's been on the record under oath testifying to many of these things that he said in our report tonight.
Right, and it's important.
I don't know. I watched one part of that interview with him, and he was talking about there's been contact between us and them, and there's been times where they fucking killed us or some shit. So that's where I was like, what the fuck? So that's what freaked me out. I guess I'll have to find the whole interview one of these days, but that's the one that freaked me out. I guess I got the wrong one. But I don't know, but like whenever there's contact and in some way they killed some of us, not only are we like, finding them dead from crashing and shit, but somehow or another they're killing us, and they're not really saying what the circumstances behind that is or how that comes about, or like, are we in their way of something, or are they just killing us just to kill us, or they don't really say the circumstances. He doesn't ever say that part. Which I would suspect that if you're talking about something that's coming in from at the very least outside of our solar system, and they got at least that much technology, it's like fucking with a pile of ants, or something. They don't really have any reason to be fucking with us. But I mean, I don't know, whatever. It, it doesn't really make a lot of sense unless we're in between them and something that they want. But I don't know for sure. Who knows? I mean, for all we know, whatever. But yeah, I mean, I just keep seeing this weird ass shit. And so I don't know. It just keeps getting fucking weird. Weirder and weirder with this shit. I'm seeing if I can find anything. Like they also had like some family that found like there was aliens in the backyard. That one seemed kind of fake. Let me see. I don't know. I'm looking for it. But I don't know that little part of what he said. Oh, they got the whole uncut interview right here. But that's what freaked me the fuck out. Y'all want to go watch that? Y'all can go watch that. I don't know if they're probing people or not. It didn't sound like they were probing people. Couple of cants out here. What the fuck is a cant? I don't even know what a can is. I don't know if they're probing people or not, but yeah, they got the full interview right here. That's the link to the full interview right there. But somewhere in that interview, I was watching it and I was like, the fuck? They come in contact with people. Now, what I remember hearing from somebody, I really didn't know what to think of what they were saying one time, but they had told me a story that was kind of weird about how them and their family had run across, aliens or whatever where they lived at, um, or some sort of an alien craft that had flown like over their house or something. Yeah, I agree. I've been known to probe myself. Yes. But anyways, they were talking about how they got circles on their skin and shit like that. That's what I wonder. Like maybe the death from being in contact with human beings was about um something that like that happened. You know what I mean? So maybe their technology like fucked with this in some kind of way and hurt somebody or something. That's the only thing I can come up with. Like it had done something to their skin or fucked with them or whatever it did. I don't know. Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows? I don't know. But there's a couple of cunts out here. What cunts are we talking about? I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't have nothing to do with any counts. Whatever the fuck that is. But hopefully somebody figures it out. Because I couldn't imagine like somebody going a billion miles just to do something fucked up to some planet that can't even get out of their own solar system. They can't get somebody out of their own solar system. They don't have enough technology to do that. I mean, I couldn't imagine them looking at us and saying, "Oh well, I don't know if I do or not. I may or may not. I don't know. I may or may not." But I mean, it is what it is. I don't know. Um, I have no idea. Well, I'm starting to suspect that. You know what I mean, Paul? That's the problem. They keep going on and about this shit. They ain't going on and on about it, for no fucking reason. They got a reason behind it, goddamn it. You know? I don't know what that reason is, but I know it's a reason. It's fucking nuts. I know that. Whatever the reason is, I have no idea. No fucking clue. No idea. But whatever it is, it's something serious. Yeah, it wouldn't be the place I would go either. Well, I don't know. I imagine that, a bunch of apes on a planet, you know, could be pretty interesting to somebody. Yeah, I would imagine, that would be something else, you know. I imagine that would do it. Do we tell lies on cell phone or left? Huh. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, well, I would think that if you saw a bunch of primitive apes, you know, doing fucked up shit to each other on a fucking planet, you know, I would think that would be pretty fucking interesting to somebody. I don't know. Yeah, you know what? That's what I'm getting around to, Paul. I'm getting around to thinking that same thing because they ain't bringing this shit up over and over and over again because there ain't something going on. You know, Paul, that's exactly what the fuck I'm thinking. You know, I'm thinking that there's something really, really fucked up out here going on. Does it? I don't know. I haven't seen that. You got any links or something to show what you're talking about there? It definitely sounds like something, but I don't know what. They talked about them going and diving into the water and shit. Even so, I don't know, man. These fucking alien crafts or whatever. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That one alien was 10 foot tall. You're right about that. And walking on the roof, that was fucking weird, wasn't it? He was saying there's a guy that's 10 foot tall in my backyard. But you know, are they going to be like bilateral like us? You know what I mean? Or any of that stuff? I mean, I find it hard to believe that they wouldn't be on a completely different, evolutionary projection than ourselves. That's what I, find hard to believe. Like when these aliens have these characteristics that are, human like. That's when I have a problem with it. I'm like, I don't know about that. If it's something from outside of anything that we've ever, you know, had anything to do with, it's kind of hard to believe that they would be similar to ourselves. Of course, at the same time, there's only so many ways for life to. Personally seen a rectangular UFO on my way home from work one night. Craziest thing I've ever seen. I've seen some weird shit too, especially in like Arizona and shit like that. Parts of New Mexico, Arizona, out there in that desert. I've seen some weird shit fucking going around. That's not unshocking to me. I could see how that's a possibility, but I don't know, man. They're preparing us for something. They're getting the public ready for something that's going on. I just don't know what the fuck it is. It could be goddamn anything, for all we know. Who knows? Because I really, I'm kind of shocked and surprised that, some of this bullshit that has gone on and is going on. Hmm. It's pretty surprising to me. Yeah, I mean, I seen some wild shit driving through like Arizona and Mexico and shit like that. And there was a part in like Utah area, kind of like in the Colorado Rockies, where we had a military installation up there where if you drove in that way or did something like that, they were all over your ass. Yeah, it would. It really would make sense, wouldn't it? But I mean, I don't know. You look at the world, even the way it is. You got a bunch of primitive apes running around in this world. You kind of expect them to behave like fucking primitive apes. You know, it's not really shocking, is it? I mean, they act the way they act. But well, I mean, what do aliens do for like the religious community? I mean, how do they explain that shit? You know, if it is true. That's what I've always wondered. I've always wondered how are they going to explain that shit away? You know, because it makes you wonder. You know, I don't know. It really does make you wonder. Is that? I mean, would it destroy religion or would it just keep religion going? You know, that's a question I got. You know, they say, you know, someday they come up and they say, oh well, there are aliens. Here's the evidence. There's aliens. There's these intelligent beings outside, you know, of us that are even more advanced than we are. You know, way more advanced. But if they would clone him, they wouldn't make him a walking tard. Or would they? I don't know. Well, I mean, the thing is that that's our own stupidity voting these old fucks in the White House, man. That's our own stupidity. Why do we do that dumb shit? I don't know. I don't understand. I don't know. Yeah, yeah. We're just kind of rolling with it, though, aren't we? Oh Lord, Lord have mercy. Who knows, man? I don't know. Yeah, either way, it could go either way. You're right about that. It could go either way. You never know what the fuck's gonna happen. You know. Anyways, I thought I'd start throwing that out there. A little conversation to be had. Y'all have a wonderful day. What's up? What happened? Who? I don't even know. I don't honestly. I don't watch Tammy anymore. I haven't said anything bad or good about her. I don't have nothing to say. You know what I mean? So I haven't ever said anything about Tammy. I'm not going to talk about Tammy on here. I don't know what she's saying about me. I don't even care. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh man, that shit is fucking crazy, dude. Watch that interview. Oh, well, I mean, I couldn't imagine Tammy talking about, you know, me or Bubbles or anything on her show or channel or any of that. I wouldn't think that she would do that, but if she, I mean, is she doing something over there? I don't know what's going on Tammy's shit, so I have no idea, guys. I don't watch them people. Oh, okay. I know Bubbles is doing an interview over at Dana's, which I mean, she can do whatever she wants to do. She has her own reasons for doing whatever she's doing, and that's her business. I'm not going to go to Dana's either. Yeah, I don't want that to do with Dana or Will, but that's just me. Yeah, they do people that weird way. So, but you know, there's certain things that I think that they, you know, are doing their own things for their own reasons. That's their business. But yeah, but I support, you know, Bubbles 1000%. She can go over there and do what she wants. I'm not going over there. You know what I mean? With Dana or Will. There ain't no way. You know, and I mean, I know Tammy's talked a lot of trash about, you know, Bubbles. I don't know if she's talked about me or not, but if she's got other people on her panel talking about me, is basically what you're saying, right? So what's the difference? You might as well start talking trash about me, Tammy. which I know that if you talk trash about the people that you've talked trash to me about, which is just about everybody, Tammy, then I know that you'll do it to me too, especially seeing as how I'm not there. So I'm good with that. Whatever. Go talk your trash. Do your little slander campaign. Fantastic. Sounds good. Have fun with that. You know, I will not be joining you in your whatever campaign you got going. But you have fun with that, Tammy. Good luck. But anyways, guys, y'all be good. I'm out of here. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And peace out.